Okay, so just a quick recap of adding and subtracting fractions, and then I'll put the video on here so you can watch it because I'm going to go kind of fast. So just try and write down what you can right now. So level 1. This one, there's number 1 is adding, number 2 is subtracting. For both of these, just listening unless I ask a question. Do you understand? Perfect. Okay, so both of these, whether we're adding or subtracting, what's the first thing we have to do, blue team? We have to get the bottom number the same. So right here we have eighths and we have twelfths. So I have 2 eighths plus 4 twelfths. I'm going to write this differently because I like how Miss Bishop does it, where she writes it vertically. So 2 eighths, and I'm adding 4 twelfths. So right now, these are different size pieces. I can't add them. One's eighths, one's twelfths. I can't add them together. If you write 6 20ths on here, I'm sending you to the principal's office. That's not right. They're different sized pieces. So the first thing you do to get common denominators is skip count. Thank you for watching and not playing with stuff at your desk. The box of toys that are hibernating till summer is filling up. So I'm going to skip count by eights. 8, 16, 24, 32. I'm going to stop there. Skip count by 12s. I can look at my multiplication chart, right? 12, 24. Oh, bingo. So I found a common denominator, which is 24ths. So now I can multiply to find a common denominator. So 12 times what was 24? 12 times 2 was 24. So what do I multiply the top by? 2. I have to multiply the top and bottom by the same thing because 2 over 2 is equal to 1, and anything times 1 is itself. So 4 times 2 was 8, so I have 8 24ths. So, and then I do the same thing for 2 eighths because it was 8 times 3 to make 24, so I would multiply the top by the same thing. And then I can add them both together and see how many 24ths I got myself, and that's my answer. Okay? So the big idea is common denominator. Skip count to find the common denominator. You multiply to get your equivalent fractions with a common denominator. And then when you common denominator your common denominator, you got a common denominator. Does that make sense? No. All right, so then subtracting. What's the first thing we need? Everybody? You need a common denominator. So I see 4/5 and 5/10. Right away, I know, oh, well, I know I can change a 5 to a 10 by multiplying by 2. Put the stack away. So let's pretend it was, I'm going to change this one. Let's pretend it was 2/10. No, 2/5. So 5 times 2 is 10, so I multiply the top by 2. And now I have 4, oh wait, that wouldn't be big enough. 3/10, 3/5. Which would be 6/10 minus 5/10. Is that making sense, how I'm finding the common denominator?
Yeah, but why?
I didn't need to skip count because I just knew I could make a 5 to a 10. So I didn't need to skip count by both of these because I know if I start skip counting by 5, that I'm going to land on 10 right away. Okay? And then we subtract for this one. All right, the next one. This one has mixed numbers, but it's the same thing. So Tamika runs 1 2/3 Monday and 1 4/9 I forgot to write miles. 1 2/3 miles Monday and 1 4/9 miles on Friday. How far does Tamika run in all? In all tells me I am adding. Thank you, person paying attention out of 24 people. Really appreciate it, person. So I got 1 2/3 plus 1 4/9. Uh-oh. Do I have common denominators?
No.
No, I have thirds and ninths. So I can't add these yet. So I'm going to start skip counting by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. What do you mean stop? Why? Oh, I got ninths. Bingo. So 3 times what was 9? So I multiply the top by the same thing, and then I add it up. One thing that's going to happen on this, I'm pretty sure when I have this fraction here, I'm going to have another whole number because it's going to be improper. So make sure your final answer is a mixed fraction. If I end up with 12 ninths, right? If I end up with 2 and 12 ninths as my final answer, that's nonsense. That's a mixed improper fraction.
No.
So I would need to take out, 9 ninths is 1 whole. So another 9 ninths would be another 1 whole, which would be 3. And then let's see, 9 plus 3 is 12, so it would be 3 and 3 ninths. That's not the answer. I'm just showing you what is going to happen. Okay? And then this one's tricky. So watch really carefully. 2 and 1/4 minus 4/8. All right, I'm going to do. All right, I'll do the same problem just because I'm nice. 2 and 1/4 minus 4/8. Do we have a common denominator? No. I always forget to write it vertically. So far I got 3 people I'm giving think times to, just so you know. People playing and talking. I don't have to help you. I could just make you do this on your own. I'm subtracting what? 4/8. All right. No common denominator. So start skip counting. 4, 8. Super easy, right? Times 2, times 2. So 2 1/4 is equal to 2 and 2/8 minus 4/8. What's the problem that we're noticing? A couple people notice it. 3 people notice it. 4 people notice it. A bunch of people now are just raising their hand to fit in with everyone else. If I have $2, can I give you $4? No, I don't have enough. I can't take 4 away from 2. So what do? I ask you. So if I borrow from 2, here's where I'm going to change the problem. Otherwise, I'm just literally doing it for you. Let's pretend it was ninths. So 2 and 2 ninths minus 4 ninths. I still can't subtract it. I borrow from the 2, so now I have 1 left. I'm not adding 1 to the 2 to make it 3, because that would be adding 1 ninth. I'm adding 1 whole. How many ninths make a whole? 9. So I'm adding 9 ninths. So it's 1 and what's 9 plus 2? 11. So it's 1 and 11 ninths minus 4 ninths. Now I have enough to take away, because now I have 11 ninths instead of 2 ninths. So 2 and 2 ninths is the same as 1 and 11 ninths. I just turned it to improper. Jet.
I just realized something. Like 92 and 99.
Yeah, so then I can subtract right here. So remember, don't do ninths. This one's eighths. But if you have to borrow for this, which you do, if I borrow 1 whole, it's 8/8 I'm adding. It's not just 1. Again, you're welcome. This one. How long did it take Jackson to finish all of his after-school tasks? Well, he had to read for half an hour. He had to do homework for 5/6 of an hour. He had to do chores for 3/4 of an hour. He had to eat for 2/3 of an hour. Jackson's a busy guy. So if I want to know how long it took in all, am I adding or subtracting these? Nobody knows, but you'll probably figure it out. Do I need common denominators? Yeah, so again, I'm just going to start skip counting. 2, 4, 6, 8. Shh, don't say anything. Shh, no one say anything. Then I'll skip count by 6. 6, 12, 18. Then I'll skip count by 4s. 4, 3. Wait, 4, 3. 4, 8, 12, 16, 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. So there's one of them where I haven't got there yet. But anyway, so once I have the common denominator, then I'm going to have to change all those. Then I can add them up, and you're welcome. This one is open, so once your answer's right, it'll turn green. And I'm going to post this video to it right now.